You're staring at a shoebox full of receipts, trying to figure out if that coffee with a client counts as a business expense. Ever wonder why managing your money still feels like learning a foreign language, even though we have computers that can literally talk to us now? Today, I'll explain the ChatGPT Intuit partnership like you're 5 years old. By the end, you'll understand why this could make your financial life ridiculously easier or create risks we've never dealt with before. Most people think of ChatGPT as that clever chatbot that writes emails and helps with homework. Intuit just changed the game completely. Intuit owns TurboTax, QuickBooks, Credit Karma, and MailChimp. That's your taxes, business accounting, credit score, and marketing tools. Now they're plugging all of that directly into ChatGPT. This is the first time a major financial company is connecting your actual personal financial data to a general-purpose AI assistant. You could soon talk to one AI that knows your income, spending habits, tax history, business expenses, and credit situation all at once. Imagine asking, "Can I afford to hire someone?" and getting an answer that looks at your QuickBooks revenue, checks your tax obligations, reviews your Credit Karma score, and tells you exactly what you can spend. Not generic advice, real numbers, your numbers. For decades, financial tools have been separated into little islands. Your tax software doesn't talk to your budgeting app, your credit monitoring doesn't connect to your business accounting. You're stuck copying numbers between apps like it's 1995. This deal connects everything. Here's what this means for you. Most people struggle with money not because they lack intelligence, but because financial systems are genuinely confusing. Tax forms assume you already understand taxes. Accounting software requires accounting knowledge. Credit scores operate like mysterious formulas. An AI that translates all of that into plain English while seeing your real situation could level the playing field. You could ask, "Why did my credit score drop?" and get a real answer based on your actual Credit Karma data. You could say, "How much should I save for taxes this quarter?" and QuickBooks would give you a real estimate based on your income patterns. You could type, "Am I spending too much on software?" and get an answer that reviews your actual expenses. Now here's where it gets powerful. Intuit has financial data on over 100 million people. That's 1 in 3 Americans. They process $7.4 trillion in transactions every year through their platforms. When you file taxes through TurboTax, run payroll through QuickBooks, or check credit through Credit Karma, Intuit sees that data. Patterns from 100 million people could teach the AI what good financial decisions actually look like in real life. It could spot mistakes before you make them, flag deductions you're missing, warn you about cash flow problems 3 months early, suggest better credit strategies based on what actually worked for people in your exact situation. But here's the uncomfortable part. Financial data is the most sensitive information you have. It's not just numbers, it's your health expenses, your debt, your business struggles, your mistakes. Everything that matters in your life shows up in your finances eventually. And now you're being asked to let an AI assistant see all of it. Both companies say everything is opt-in and privacy protected. They say your data stays encrypted and the AI doesn't store your details permanently. But here's the problem with opt-in. When a feature becomes so useful that opting out means falling behind, is it really optional? That's not a hypothetical. That's how every major tech platform gained power. This matters because once you plug your financial life into an AI, you're trusting that AI to be accurate. And AI makes mistakes constantly. ChatGPT hallucinates facts. It confidently gives wrong answers. It misunderstands context. Now imagine it doing that with your tax return. One wrong deduction triggers an audit. One bad cash flow estimate bounces your payroll. One incorrect credit suggestion tanks your score. And when something goes wrong, who's responsible? The AI? Intuit? OpenAI? You? Nobody's figured that out yet. The legal framework doesn't exist for this. Then there's the concentration of power issue. Right now, your financial life is scattered across different companies. That's annoying. But it's also protection. Your bank doesn't know your taxes. Your credit card company doesn't see your business revenue. TurboTax doesn't control your spending. But this partnership moves us toward a world where one AI platform becomes your financial hub. It sees everything. It advises everything. It might eventually automate everything. That's incredibly convenient. It's also incredibly powerful. And power concentrated in one place always creates problems. Here's what history teaches us. Google built tools so useful that people stopped questioning whether Google was shaping their choices. Now the government is trying to break them up. This Intuit ChatGPT deal could follow the same path. Start with convenience. build dependency. Then realize too late that you've handed one system too much control over decisions that shape your entire life. What happens when that AI starts suggesting Intuit products over competitors? What if it nudges you toward financial choices that benefit Intuit's business model? What if helpful advice becomes algorithmic steering and you don't even notice? Some experts are already calling this the financialization of AI. It's not just about answering questions anymore. It's about managing your money, predicting your future, and quietly influencing what you do next. We're at a fork in the road right now. One path leads to AI that genuinely helps people manage money better, fewer mistakes, less stress, better decisions, real financial literacy for everyone. The other path leads to AI platforms becoming gatekeepers of financial life. Your relationship with money gets mediated by algorithms you don't control, trained on priorities you didn't set, serving goals you didn't agree to. Both futures are possible. The difference comes down to regulation, transparency, and whether companies build these tools for you or for themselves. Intuit says this launches in phases starting later this year. Early users will test simple features first. Ask about deductions, get spending summaries, check tax estimates. If those work and people trust them, features will expand. More automation, deeper integration, eventually, full financial management through conversation. OpenAI says they're building strict privacy controls and audit trails. They say the AI will clearly disclose when it's uncertain. They promise users will always stay in control. But promises and reality don't always match, especially when billions of dollars are at stake. The real test isn't whether this technology works. It's whether it works for you, or whether you end up working for it. Can you opt out and still get good service? Can you understand what the AI is actually doing behind the scenes? Can you fix it when it's wrong? Can you switch to competitors easily? Can you trust that your data won't be used in ways you didn't expect? These aren't technical questions. They're power questions, and they won't be answered by press releases or privacy policies. They'll be answered by what actually happens when millions of people start using this every single day. So here's the recap. Intuit is plugging TurboTax, QuickBooks, and Credit Karma into ChatGPT. You'll soon talk to one AI that sees your full financial picture. It could make money management radically easier and help millions of people make better decisions. But it also concentrates sensitive data in one place, creates new risks when AI makes inevitable mistakes, and shifts power toward platforms that become financial gatekeepers. So what do you think? Features launch later this year. The real question is whether this gets built with strong guardrails, or whether we realize the problems only after it's too late. Does giving AI access to your complete financial life make you more in control of your money, or does it just hand control to someone else? So what do you think?